and this episode was titled Wigging Out, you guys. Now, before we go ahead and all right, you guys. I'm having some issues with my StreamYard. I don't know why it keeps muting my mic for some odd reason. It keeps muting the mic, but let me know if you guys can hear me in the live chat. Hopefully, you can hear me. But yeah, this episode of Married at First Sight. It's interesting that we now only have three couples for this show. I think that's very odd that we only have three couples. So the couples we have are, Claire and Cameron, Becca and Austin, as well as Emily and Brennan. I don't even know where to start with this episode because these couples, none of them should still be together. Okay, Shayna says you can hear me. All right, that's good. I don't know where to start with any of these couples. I guess we'll start with the couple that they showed us that I don't know why they showed us. Lauren and Orion. Now, we all know that last week's episode ended with Lauren and Orion getting a divorce, right? So we see Lauren and Orion as they met up with their friends. And so Lauren was talking to her friends about the process and, about them getting the divorce. I want Lauren to feel whatever she wants to feel, right? I'm not upset about how she feels. She was definitely robbed because Orion just was not it on any level. But what blew me with Orion was when he was talking to his friend and he was telling his friend how his family, they basically feel like, he didn't get what he wanted, what he needed out of the process. And I was like, you got to be effing with me at this point. Like, sir, you're the reason that your marriage didn't go where it went. You literally vilified the hell out of Lauren. Like, he really gets on my nerves at this point. The man is a no for me. I really want him to go find that man that he went out on a date with that kissed him because him and this slick back hair is just really getting on my last nerve. And Lauren was talking about how at first she felt some pain, resentment, and anger, and you're right to feel that because when it came down to Orion literally gaslit the hell out of you. Because here's my thing with Orion: if you told her that you've said the N word, if you said the N word out loud, or even because you've heard it in a song, she has more reason to be upset with you than you have to be upset with her because she didn't say anything about you. She just looked at your face and said she understands the whole terminology of what I'm not going to say. Like, Orion really pissed me off. Shayna says, I think he may need a man as well. Like, I think so. Like, he's talking about this hasn't deterred him from wanting to be in a relationship. But it's the fact that with Orion, I really do feel like he continuously wants to place the blame onto Lauren. And did Lauren make a terrible, did she try to be funny in a situation? Yes. Was it, the right thing to do? No, it was not. But we're not going to sit here and continuously beat up on this woman. I'm not going to do that. And I'm not going to allow him to play on her. Like, Orion is a whole ass NO for me, you guys. Like, no. I don't want to see him back. I don't want to see him back at all. Ugh. I really wish the best for Lauren and for him. Get out your mama's basement. That's all I'll say to you. Like, no, sir. No, sir. No, sir. No, sir. No, sir. But yeah, that was really all I got from them. Seeing him on my TV screen just really upset me and my homegirl. So yeah, I ain't got much for Mr. What is his name? Um, Orion. The next person that we want to talk about, um, Becca and Austin, you guys. Becca and Austin, I don't really have a good read on these two. Like I said, I think most of these couples need to go ahead and get divorced because I don't think, number one, when it comes to Austin, I don't think Austin really is signing up. I know he didn't sign up for this to be a caregiver, and that's no slight, no shade to Becca. She seems like a sweet person. I don't think he's gonna be there for the long haul. So they celebrated her 32nd birthday, and so they met up with her friends. So her friends want to know how living together has been for them. They talking about living together has been good. And so the friends have asked, have y'all had the deep conversations? They said, yes, we talked about kids and we talked about religion. Ultimately, I do feel that religion is going to be a huge issue in this relationship. He's religious, she's not. I don't see him bending on that. And I don't know. And I think she might be willing to go with whatever he wants, but I don't think she would be happy in the long run. And if you're not happy, why are you doing something? So for me personally, I think that religion is going to be a downfall in this relationship with these two. I think that they might be compatible with each other, like outside of religion, but when it comes to religion, these two are not on the same page with each other, and that's going to be a big issue. Now, her friends asked, had they have sex yet? I was like, they just met each other a few weeks ago. Why are we rushing these people to have sex? I was puzzled by the fact that her friends were asking, had they had sex with each other? No, I don't really know this man. But the way Becca was talking, I think she might be ready to, go to Pound Town. I was like, really? You're already at that point, huh? It is what it is. If you like it, I love it. But Austin says that he's moving slow, and slow's not. I don't have a problem with slow. Let me know what you guys think. Do you guys think that that's a bad thing that he's not necessarily ready to go to Pound Town with Miss Becca? And so we see them. So this episode was the episode where the friends are going to be coming to for the housewarming, right? And so Austin was talking to her friends, and he asked her friends, like, what does he need to know to avoid being an ex of hers, right? And so her friends were basically like, with her, she in her previous relationships, the men in her previous relationships lacked communication skills. So if you can communicate with her and actually talk to her when there's something wrong, tell her what's wrong, that'll be good for you guys. So have open communication. And with his friend, he's telling her how, Austin is a tough nut to crack. I think we can see that. I think we can see that. But like I said a few minutes ago, they talked about the fact of religion. So his friend is an atheist, right? And he said that he doesn't look at him any differently. That's a different situation. You're his friend. This is his partner that he is, made a vow to spend the rest of their life with till, death do us part in sickness and in health. So your relationship is a lot different than his relationship is with her. But it is what it is. Again, like I said, I don't necessarily know if I see this relationship l- standing the test of time. We shall see. Let me know what you guys, if you guys watched the episode, tell me what you guys' thoughts and opinions are on Beck and Austin. Do you guys think that Beck and Austin will say yes at decision day? As of right now, I would say yes, but the more that they talk about religion, I just know that religion is going to be something in the back that's going to be a issue going forward. And the more that they don't talk about it, it's going to sit there and it's going to fester. It's going to gradually get bigger and bigger and bigger. Um, so yeah, for me personally, like I said, I don't necessarily see the relationship lasting, but I definitely want to know everybody's thoughts and opinions on that in the live chat and in the comments below. And I guess we'll move here and move on to Claire and Cameron, you guys. Claire and Cameron, I am third. As much as I'm confused about Becca and Austin, I'm hella confused about Claire and Cameron because when it comes to Claire and Cameron, I don't see a connection with them at all. I don't honestly believe that Claire likes Cameron. I don't get the vibe that she likes him on any level. Now, in this episode, she went down to his job, right? And you guys know he deals with bikes. When she got down there, it was just like she took him some lunch. When she said that she ate half of the sandwich, I was like, why would you bring me a sandwich that you ate half of it already? Like, that's very disrespectful and rude. And so they were talking about his work, and she asked him, "Does it ever get boring?" He says, I guess it can, but no bike repair is the same as the next one, right? So he does like he loves what he does, and she feels that seeing him in his work environment, there's some sort of attraction there. I was like, girl, stop lying to yourself, because there's no attraction there between you and Cameron. I think she's trying to make a connection where there is no connection. So then, like I said, this episode is about them introducing, their friends to the house, their shared apartment. Now, Cameron came back to the house because she was blowing up the balloons. And when he came back, she asked him if he had the food. He said no. So at this point, I realized that she was stressing out. And she seems like a perfectionist. And I think that's one of my things too, is I'm a huge perfectionist. If I'm hosting something, which I don't do that, but if I were to host something, I would be freaking out as well. Like, okay, we got to have this, we got to have that, we got to have, I am that type of person. I want everything planned to a T, and I want everything to go off without a hitch. And if we're gonna have food here, I want the food here. Now, I wouldn't want no food there 5 hours earlier, my personal opinion, because that food is gonna get cold unless you're cooking it, or when you buy it, you're gonna stick it in the oven and let it just stay warm. Or if you're gonna get one of them food trays that has, that you can keep it heated, that's the only way I would do something like that. So Cameron ordered the food and then got the food. And as it's time for them to have the housewarming party, Claire's asking him about the oven being on because the food is cold, because they've had it for 5 hours. I was like, now that's a little nasty to me. I don't want no food that's been sitting for 5 hours and then you just stuck it in the oven to heat it up. That ain't something that I want. Keep that. Keep it. Like, ew, that's nasty as hell. Anybody, no shade to anybody who does that. Again, like, I want to put that out there. So her friend, now, I don't think any of no, so no, none of Cameron's friends came because I guess they had conflicts in their schedule. So her friends showed up, and the thing that I found the most interesting was her girlfriend asked Cameron about his dad. Does he know about Cameron being in this process? Cameron said no, he does not know. And I'm like, are you going to tell him? And he's like, that's not necessarily something that you want to spring onto someone who is on their DEATH bed, right? And so Claire was like, oh my God, I didn't know that. I was like, yeah, I didn't have a conversation. And I remembered it when they flashed back to it back at the wedding, when she asked him, he was like, they're gonna have a wedding, they would have another wedding in New Zealand. And I was like, so I mean, I know that wasn't the most opportune time to tell your new wife that, hey, you asked about my dad, but my dad is, you know, at this point ill to the point of no return, right? It's not necessarily something that you want to spring on someone, and she felt the way about that. And I was like, I got it, but I didn't get it, right? I got it in the sense that, yeah, you might not have told me on day one, but at this point, we are day 17 of marriage. So we are 2 weeks into this marriage. You could have at least told me that by now. So I got her in retrospect, but you know, it is what it is. When it comes to Claire and Cameron, like I said a few minutes ago, there's no connection between them because at one point he was talking about to her male friends that he feels like he is sinking and not swimming. I was like, well, that's very telling, sir. Extremely telling. And then, she was talking once again for her, it's, the attraction. She doesn't feel like, she wonders if that's enough, what they have now, if it's enough to be a lifelong marriage. And I was like, if you have to ask yourself that question, then you know the answer to that question without even hesitation. Honestly, you guys, I feel like a lot of these people, I feel like Claire and Cameron should ask for a divorce just like Lauren and Ryan got a divorce. I really feel like they should get a divorce. And I'm gonna tell you guys another couple that I feel needs to get a divorce, and we finna talk about them right now. Emily and Brennan. Who, Jesus, Emily and Brennan. I think Emily is a sweetheart, but I don't know what planet Emily is living on because I think Emily is living in a land of delusion when it comes to Brennan. And what blows me with Brennan is this man keeps talking about divorce is not an option. I'm like, but sir, you don't like your wife. You're not attracted to your wife. You said that last week without saying it. Now they're finally moving into the apartment with each other, right? And when Brennan was doing his home video of him recording himself, he did not seem at all enthused about moving into this apartment with Emily. And so we see her, and she met up with one of her friends. And so Emily was talking about how when she first met him, she was thinking that they have everything going for them. I was like, really? Then the honeymoon, I was like, yeah, the honeymoon was what it is with Emily and Brendan. I think Emily and Brendan, I think they went off the rails in that last episode with the honeymoon when she asked him about when they were out there on the beach playing playing whatever they were playing, when she questioned him about having fun or something, whatever it was. I don't remember what it was exactly, but I think that was the straw that broke the camel's back with this situation. I just want Emily to run and run like the wind, like run, Forrest, run, because this man is not interested in you. And then when they finally moved into the apartment, so he only came with two things. Like he came with, uh, she came with like a lot of things. He only came with like a handful of things. And when he saw all the stuff that she brought into that apartment, that was when he lost it. I was like, dude, it's not that deep. I mean, y'all gonna be living in this apartment for a while, so I'm gonna bring all the things that make me feel comfortable in this environment. And I was just like, yeah, he's not interested in this. And I wish he would just straight out say it. Like, I just don't like you. I'm not interested in you. I don't see it for you. Like, I want him to say that because watching this is insufferable. Watching these scenes with him and her are very insufferable. So they're getting ready for the housewarming as well. And they went to, I believe they went to Party City and they got some wigs. He didn't seem at all happy about having to wear the wig either. And I was like, dude, can you just get the stick out of your ass? Like, I really want Brennan had, it's like Brennan has a stick up his behind at this point, and I just want him to remove it from his ass and just get over himself because Brennan is very much so not likable at all, and I'm not feeling Brennan. Then we get to the housewarming. When her friends arrived, these are friends that she didn't have at the wedding, and he was like, "Oh my god, when she moved in, she brought like a lot of stuff with her." I was like, "Dude, it ain't that deep. It ain't that deep." We also find out when they moved in the apartment, she moved all the stuff by herself. He didn't help her. I was like, "Now that is lazy as the fuck, sir." And so when he put on that wig and went outside with her friends, this is where things went downhill because he wasn't serious at all in this scene. Her friends brought up the fact that when they were inside and she took the food out of the oven, he didn't do anything. But he was like, "Well, I put it in the oven." And she's like, "Okay, that's not even really, I was just making an example." But also when she moved in, she said that you didn't help her move her stuff in. He was like, "Well, I'm all about helping people, like I don't, I give more than take." I was like, "Are you serious, sir? Are you serious that you're more of a giver? You ain't giving to your wife. Oh Jesus, no." Emily, Emily, hear me loud and hear me clear. Ask for a divorce. Then she was talking to his friend, talking about she thinks that this it's a hit. I'm like, no, it's a miss. What planet is Emily living on? I love the fact that her friends, just like I said, I love the fact that Emily's friends went in um on Brennan, saying that he isn't a backbone for her, but she's a backbone for him. And then he got in his feelings, feeling like they were attacking him. I was like, did I miss something? Because I don't think they really attacked you. They were asking you questions, but you couldn't like it's like you couldn't handle what they were asking you. So you just took it to the point of let me get offended and let me flip the script on them. Yeah, you guys, this season, I don't like none of these couples like that. I like I said, I really want all of them just to go ahead and just get a divorce at this point. Emily and Brennan, number one on the list, get a divorce. Claire and Cameron, get a divorce. Becca and Austin, I just don't know what the hell's going on with them too. But that's it, you guys. Not a lot with this episode for me personally. Let me know what you guys thought about the episode in the comment section below, you guys. Subscribe to the channel, turn your post notifications on, and share the video, you guys. And until the next time, stay safe out there, you guys. Take care of yourselves, wash your hands, be blessed, and I'll see you guys in the next video, you guys. So I'm currently in the process of I just uploaded, I just got to publish it and put the ads on the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. That is on its way. And I'm in the process of editing the Real Housewives of Miami. And then Sisters will be later this afternoon. So I will see you guys in those videos. Bye, guys. Oh, hold on. I just saw a comment that came through. Let me get to it and then I'm out here. Shayna says, reasons why I gave up on this season. Yeah, none of these couples are giving it. Not a one. I want them all to divorce like yesterday. I'm gonna stick with this season. I don't know why, but I guess because I've already started it, so I'm gonna see the season through to the end, unfortunately. But yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.